Welcome to Cloud Infrastructure Services YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to show you how you can set up a Ruby on Rails server on Ubuntu hosted on Azure. So simply click the link in the description box to come to this marketplace listing for Azure, and from here you want to create a new virtual machine with this particular image. Now this image comes with pre-installed Ruby on Rails, SQLite 3, Node.js and Yarn. Anyways, simply click on Get It Now and then click on Continue, and then from this product page simply click on Create. After that, you would be brought to this page from where you can customize your virtual machine. So choose the subscription that you have, choose a resource group by either creating a new one or by choosing an already existing one, and then give your virtual machine a name. So I'm going to call mine as ROR, which stands for Ruby on Rails, and then choose the region where you want your virtual machine to be deployed. And after that, simply make sure that the image over here is the one that you got from the link in the description box, and then choose the size according to your requirements. Now for the authentication type, I am going to go with the SSH public key, and I am going to give my username as CIS, and then click on Review plus Create. After that, you need to simply wait for the validation process to complete. Once the validation is complete, simply click on this Create over here, and then you would be prompted to download the private key and create resource. So download the private key in a secure folder, because this is the private key that you would be using to connect to the SSH terminal of your virtual machine. After that, you need to simply wait for the deployment process to complete. Once the deployment process is completed, the next step is to connect to the SSH terminal of your virtual machine. Now to do that, simply click on Go to Resource, and then click on Connect over here, and then choose SSH. And then from this page, simply copy this command and paste it inside the command prompt. After that, simply replace this path for the path where you have downloaded your private key. After replacing the path for the private key, simply hit enter, and then if you are prompted, type in yes and then hit enter once more. And then you need to wait for the command prompt to connect to the SSH terminal of your virtual machine. Now inside this SSH terminal, you want to verify the installation of Ruby, Rails and SQLite 3. So type in Ruby space -v and then hit enter. It will print out the version of Ruby that is installed on this virtual machine, and then type in Rails space -v to get the version of Rails. And lastly, we want to get the version of SQLite 3, and for that simply type in the command SQLite 3 space --version and then hit enter. So that tells us that Ruby has been successfully installed along with Rails and SQLite 3 and Node.js on our virtual machine. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Now if you have any queries regarding this tutorial, make sure to leave that query in the comment section down below. And make sure to check out the link in the description box for the marketplace listing for Azure and for the step-by-step blog post guide on how to set up Ruby on Rails server on Ubuntu hosted on Azure. And finally, if this video has helped you, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.